here. They're looking to race swap Snape, which is the most, I would say Snape's the most iconic character from the movies. Everybody loves Snape, Alan Rickman. And now this story that has not been confirmed by Warner Brothers or anyone involved with the production is going around out there. And holy shit, the reaction has been wild. And we got our boy Ryan, who says, if this ends up being a real story, fuck this entire show. The whole point of doing the series is so you could be able to adapt it as close to the books as possible. Snape is white, you know, blah, 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 blah. So the reaction has been crazy. Now, this sets an incredibly negative tone for this series if, in fact, this gets confirmed, because this is going to show you that they're not looking to adapt this to the books or the source material, anything like that. And it just opens the opportunities for DEI bullshit across the board. Now, as people like Ryan and others, you know, Gary has said this, people that are really into the Harry Potter stuff, if you adapt this series properly, it could be one of the biggest series ever. This could be Game of Thrones level if they did it the right way. That's not going to happen. It doesn't appear. And even if this doesn't get confirmed, the fact that the idea is out there sets a negative tone for this altogether.
Yeah, I mean, people are just tired of it.
Well, yeah,
they're tired of this crap, and it's just like you want to ruin it. And this wouldn't be such a big story if people didn't care so much, is what I'm saying. So it's like the fact that everybody's reporting this and everybody wants to, like, as far as the media, you know, they're kind of like, oh, look what's happening. Like, they know that people are going to care and people are going to be upset. If they had announced that Adam Driver's in the role to play Snape, it might just be like, yeah, I can see it, and then we move on, right?
Yep.
But this is like, did you see? This is from Blabs. Shout out to Blabs. She posted, this is what it said in the book that described him: thin man with shallow skin, a large hook nose, and yellow uneven teeth, shoulder length hair, greasy black hair, which has framed his face. And so it's like, and then even J.K. Rowling actually drew a picture of what Snape is supposed to look like. So that's like her sketch, you know. So he's very. This isn't like a role in a in a movie that has no description of what that character is supposed to look like, you know. So when there's a perfectly laid out description as to what this character is supposed to look like in the show, in the movie, in the book, from the books. So do they have liberty to do whatever they want? I guess if JK is if she has like creative control or whatever, I guess they could do whatever they want. But this kind of stuff could cost you a lot of people watching the show and a lot of money when you make these types of decisions. So that, I mean, that at the end of the day, that's on them.
Absolutely.
You know? If it was a character that didn't have any description and you didn't know what you were going for, like Pirates of the Caribbean didn't really have a book series for Jack Sparrow. So like, there you go. So now we know what Jack Sparrow looks like. But even in some book series, when they have characters that have no description, then yeah, if you want to take liberties to do whatever you want, then that's on you. But this has a very detailed on how this character is supposed to look, act, and be.
And so, why wouldn't you cast Adam Driver, as you just mentioned? Again, I'm not a Harry Potter person per se. I've seen the movies. I enjoyed them. I don't know the lore or anything like that, but like, this is perfect based on what we've seen in the movies already. This is absolutely fucking perfect. How do you not do this? Like, come on, man.
It's Hollywood. We asked that question for like 5 years. It's like, you have the perfect casting right in front of you that fits the description perfectly. Well, maybe not perfectly, but pretty close, you know? Large nose, long black greasy hair.
Yeah.
Like, put a little yellow teeth in there.
Yeah, I hear you.
And they're like, nah, I think we're going to go with the complete opposite. Hey, maybe they're going to hire that actor. Maybe he's a great actor. And they're going to use a lot of makeup and CGI stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, and I saw Yellow Flash was saying like, he probably wants nothing to do with it after the Raylos and everything, which I totally understand that. My Dirty Home says that J.K. Rowling probably would prefer like international actors, things like that. So, yeah, so we'll see how this all plays out. If they do move forward with this, though, I'm telling you right now, man, this show is going to be in some serious trouble. The reaction has been bad, and considering where we're at with what just happened in the presidential election and how that's affecting a lot of these DEI practices at different companies and things like that, and you're hearing these announcements, which I still question some of those announcements as far as like, are you really moving away from this, or are you just kind of repurposing it to a different division and calling it something? Yeah. But regardless if that's what's happening or not, they do recognize that putting this out there at the forefront, it's bad for business. And so in the current climate that we're in and how things are landing, I hope that the backlash for this does have some type of impact. But with that said, even if the backlash to this announcement, even if it does make them pull back on this decision, the fact that they were even considering this just shows that they have the wrong mindset to begin with. So even if it turns out to not happen, it's still an L. And it still set a bad tone in so many people's minds. So moving forward, we'll see what happens. But you had gold. You have an opportunity, because even if I'm not like huge into Harry Potter, I recognize that this is one of the biggest franchises.
Massive.
It is like Star Wars level, especially if you do it right. I know that the most recent Harry Potter movies kind of flopped out pretty bad. Fantastic Beasts and all of that. But those weren't like, This is back to the core of Harry Potter. And so there's just so much opportunity here, but they're likely going to piss all of that away. And they deserve it. They deserve it because this is the type of mindset they're going to move forward with. So we shall see. All right. So we'll keep you posted on that, and we'll see how the internet reaction continues, but it's not going good. So not good at all.
You also put that actor in like harm's way. I mean, I'm just saying, because people will just go, they'll show up, with their disapproval, and he's just like, well, I'm just doing a job. So, but still, it's a lose all around. Like, I don't know what did they not watch the Rings of Power? Did they not see like what's going on with all this stuff?
Well, to be fair, like you've got to be fair, as an actor, like, in one of the most iconic series of all time, you should be smart enough to recognize, like, hey, Snape's an iconic character. I'm not Snape, and so casting me is probably not a good decision. So maybe I don't want that role because it's only going to be bad.
That's
for
what
me.
I'm saying. Like,
so, yeah,
the headlines are all he had been offered the role, so we don't know if he's going to take it. We don't know if it's been signed. We don't know if this was but that, like Ryan said, if this turns out to be true. Ryan said that in his tweet. If it turns out to be true, then forget this show.